And it was Barack Obama who got on the phone, lobbied a lot of the members of the Congressional Black Caucus to switch their votes. And after him lobbying the Congressional Black Caucus, a large portion of them switched their no votes to yes votes on the second vote round. And I think that alone right there should have told the people that this guy is not for the people. He has absolutely no clue on how to fix the economy.
Well, and on top of it, it doesn't matter what color he is, whether he's from Africa or from China or from Russia, but it is really a lie to say that he's a black guy, because his dad was mainly Arab and his mom was white, and so there's a lot of fraud there as well. It's just the guy is a complete phony. Stay with us, Mr. Williams. This Obama deception, this betrayal, is very sad to me, because I want good relations between all human beings. I'm sick and tired of the elite playing people off against each other through tribalism, which is the modern term racism, divide and conquer, balkanization. But they plan, once people learn that Obama's betrayed people, they're already doing it. When people criticize Obama, they say it's racism, to actually drive a wedge through all of this. And now he is the face of imperialism. I like what Professor Griff said. And we put this in the Obama deception thanks to Marcus Williams, that he is the new black face of imperialism. We have that on the back cover, that tyranny gets a facelift. It's just a front so that the people of the world feel like they're included in the New World Order. That's what Webster Tarpley says in the film. KRS-One says something similar. They said it here on the air, that they put a black face on the New World Order, and everybody was ready for revolution. They were standing up. They were angry. They were waking up to the globalists, and then all of a sudden they put a black man up there, and now everybody's sitting back. Now everybody's going, okay, I'll stand down. Can you comment on those thoughts, Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I think that in reference to, really, actually, it's just really been really puzzling to me as far as, like back in 2000, Barack Obama ran for Congress and lost to Bobby Rush by, I think, over like 25 to 30 points. And then to see this guy within an 8-year period raise just under $1 billion in campaign finances and then win the presidency, it's a movie script. It's just as funny as Nelson Mandela being locked up in jail for 27 years, and as soon as he gets out, he becomes president. It's a script behind the scenes that's going on, and I think that too many people, especially those within the African American community, which I think are being brainwashed by a lot of, especially black media, who wouldn't even give Cynthia McKinney absolutely no play in the media. When you look at Cynthia McKinney's resume as far as calling for investigations on 9/11, investigating Bush, impeachment, speaking out against NAFTA and other things, the war on drugs.
She spoke out against the white slavery kidnapping going on by DynCorp and Halliburton. She spoke out on the trillions stolen by the Pentagon, and they went after her because she is good.
Right, and just to see how the media, I'm just talking about just in black media, black talk radio, commercial black talk radio with like Steve Harvey, Michael Bays, and others, give her absolutely no media play, but they give Barack Obama basically free commercials, free play 24/7, brainwashing the people into binding to somebody who has really absolutely no record, no history of really doing anything major within politics and within the black community. I always ask people all the time, those who support Obama during the election, name me one hot button topic or issue where Barack Obama was on the right side. And a lot of people that look at me and they can't name that one issue where Barack Obama was standing on the right side of a hot button issue. But we saw with the bailout, FISA, the Patriot Act, NAFTA, and the list can go on.
Now he's backing Bush and continuing to not give detainees even Geneva Convention rights. He's keeping the secret camps open, talking about closing Guantanamo. I mean, it's just absolute. And I go down on the street and talk to Obama supporters, most people in Austin, and they even know who I am and know about the New World Order. And they go, yeah, but we just got to get behind him. Come on, Alex, we got to give him a chance. He's not going to be perfect. And I'm like, look, it's a setup. He's a puppet just like Bush. Quit looking at the puppet. Look at the elites behind him. Things are only going to get worse. Why do you enjoy being suckers? Why do you love being suckers? Why do you love being conned? Why do you love being taken for a ride?
And I think the exact same thing where you see, I guess, within the white community, Alex, as far as those people who know better, but still, for whatever reason, choose to go with the settling of the lesser of two evils. Same thing within the black community, whereas a lot of people who know about the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, everything, but yet they still would not support Cynthia McKinney, but they would support Obama. I just heard, I think even during the primaries, I heard, what's that guy's name, Mike Rivero from WhatReallyHappened.com. And he was, with the whole, Obama's going to be not as bad as McCain. And I think that the whole strategy of supporting some form of evil or supporting the lesser of two evils, it's a failed strategy. I think that, people got to really just vote and support those candidates who we know will not sell us out and not just settle for who
That's right.
has the best chance of winning. That's a real big problem across the board.
People like to feel like they're the winner. And so as soon as it looks like a team's going to win the Super Bowl in the playoffs, they become fans. It's the bandwagon effect I talked about earlier. And it's like a horse race. That's the horse that's supposed to win. They want to bet on that horse, but who owns the track? Who owns the company? Who owns the whole racetrack?
Right.
Instead of just the horses.
My whole thing is that, I can't compromise my values and my position on issues just to support, who's going to win. I mean, I just can't compromise my values like that.
Marcus Williams, stay there with us for the rest of the hour. I want to come back and take calls, get into a host of issues, and I want to plug your great bookstore for folks in the Georgia area and there in Atlanta. Stay with us. Speaking of another plug, because I want him to plug it, he carries our books and videos, and I talked to a lot of folks that have been there. An incredible selection for folks in the Georgia area or in the Atlanta metro area. And you've also got a way folks can call and I guess get a brochure because you've got a bunch of titles, especially that are particularly informative for African Americans. But I think everybody should read these and see these films and understand that perspective of the true awakening happening in society, particularly with the black community out there. So, Mr. Williams, put a plug in for your fine bookstore.
My name is Marcus Williams. I'm the owner of Nubian Bookstores located in South Lake Mall in Morrow, Georgia, which is outside of Atlanta on the south side. I can reach that at 678-422-6120. And besides just having my primary line of books are African American, but I also have like a large conspiracy section. I probably have one of the largest conspiracy New World Order sections as far as books and inside of any major shopping mall within the state of Georgia. So if you might not be interested in reading any books by any African Americans, I also carry like a lot of Ralph Epperson, Fritz Springmeier, Eustace Mullins, Ralph Epperson. I have a large section of those books, and if there's anything that I don't have that you want, I can order any book, black, white, Asian, Chinese, whatever you want. I can order it and get it to you and mail out to you immediately. And I think, Alex, that's your Obama deception film. I'm most definitely going to place a large bulk order to get your film in my store next week.
Are you kidding, my friend? I'm going to give you a couple hundred free. You just tell the guys that. Okay, so the first 200 are free, boom, for what you did with the Professor Griff interview. We're very, very thankful to you on that. Give the number out slowly for folks that might want to write it down.
Okay, Nubian Bookstore. I'm in Morrow, Georgia. My phone number is 678-422-6120. And if there's any book on any subject matter, it doesn't matter, black, white, Asian, Mexican, or whatever, I can get it. I get a large request for like a lot of conspiracy books and stuff too to a lot of guys in prison. So if you even have like a family member who's locked up, I know a lot of prisons only allow books to be delivered to prisons through a bookstore through the publishing company. So if you need me to mail off books to anybody that you might have incarcerated also, I can take care of that for you. I can reach that 678-422-6120. And Alex, I really appreciate you for even giving me this opportunity to come on your show to even discuss this issue and promote my store, because when you called me, I was shocked, because I've been listening to you like over 7 years. I've been listening to you and been play your program in my store, so I get a lot of people who's always listening, who's always asking me from time to time as far as, who is that, and I tell them that it's you, and a lot of people will recognize your voice and also, identify, as far as being a listener to your show, too. So you have a large listening audience within the African-American community who's also hip to a lot of the stuff going on with Obama. So I wanted a lot of your listeners who might be non-black to know that don't be fooled by what you see in the media and stuff as far as thinking that everybody in the African-American community is sold on Obama. There's a large, huge number of people who don't, but you just don't get to see them on TV unless they're like a Republican or something like that. But other than that, though, there's a large number of people who are hip to the game. And
well, here's an example of stereotypes and judging a book by its cover normally being a fraud. Ron Paul goes before CPAC, the big neocon conservative, thousands and thousands, look like tens of thousands in this giant auditorium as far as the eye could see, sitting in chairs, and Limbaugh was speaking and all these other people. Ron Paul gets up and says, we killed over 1 million Iraqis. The war was evil. The war is a fraud. The war was bad. We need to stop it. And the majority are clapping and whooping because the average conservative doesn't believe what they say a conservative is in the media. They love telling people who they are, telling people what they are. We need to just stop thinking that way and decide who we are for ourselves. But so many people stay, like David Icke says and others, in that little bubble. When we're spiritual beings, we're on this planet for a reason, one time, and we're all together as humanity.